Oh boy, well there's a lot to unpack here, isn't there? So Seraphine has been released to the PBE with mixed reception. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here. We're not talking about your 75% ban rate today. Hey, listen, Buster. We'll get to you, alright? You get out of here. Take off my clothes? Yes, honey. But making this video, I feel like there's an Angemon and a Devimon on my shoulder. I'm kind of struck between praising the good or fighting the bad. So on the one side, we have the incredibly weird champ marketing for this champion, a personable Twitter girl, an ultimate skin on release and lore that is a little bit confusing, to say the least. I think I'd like to ride the fence on this one kind of hard. I'm a little bit undecided, so please let me know your unfiltered thoughts down in the comment section and down there. I always get this weird feeling that people think that I'm like somehow affiliated with Riot, beyond just being a guy that makes videos for the game. But you can speak your truth down below regardless. And while you're down there, when you skitter down there, why don't you give that, little bit of, you know, right there, dude. So I'm not against speculation when it comes to a new champion. I think that there's something really fun in the enjoyment of miniature little leaks where we get an icon or a preview of the champion's new elbow, and then half the community are just like, oh my god, I don't think that videos discussing the potentials of champions are harmful like in any way, but something kind of weird happened with Seraphine. Oh my god. People thought she was Sona. I don't know if this was down to lack of communication on Riot's part or just a whole lot of assumption, but people went freaking crazy on social media, on Twitter, on Reddit. It was ground zero for a nuclear explosion of magnesium. This champion is Sona 2. Seraphine? Sorry, I think you mean Sona 2. Electric Boogaloo. Seraphine? Sephiroth? Sorry, buddy. Excuse me, but I actually think you mean Medic, the caster, formerly known as Sona, the Doctor. 2. Centrifuge. I've given this video a good week or so to let the ground settle pretty heavily on this, but really, I do wonder if there are people who look back on some of the things that we said on social media over the last week and then maybe say, oh, I wrote that? Man, I really did not think about that one at all. The fact of the matter is that whilst they share vaguely similar themes, whilst one being that they ride a hoverboard, and I am not really sure why Seraphine does that, and one plays a hoverboard, the champions are not really all that similar, really, at all. I'd honestly go as far as to say that Seraphine is a lot more similar to Nico when you boil down all of the things that makes the champion and you put it in the oven for a little bit. Oh yeah, just like Mama used to make. Oh yeah. The issue is that they kind of, at face value, look incredibly similar. Both have a 3 ability effect on their passive. A Q that pokes, W does some shieldies and some healies, E makes enemies slow down, or you and your team speed up, and the ultimate stops the enemy team in some way. And that, to me, is a problem. Not because they're similar, not because her kit is similar to other champions, but I honestly feel like her kit is maybe like a little bit boring, to be honest. It has some good points, but it also has some bad points. But the issue is, who is even listening? Who cares? There is no room for any legitimate criticism about this champion because the discourse is just filled with Sona memes. The entire community are collectively saying, haha, look at these two images. Haha, oh, wait a minute, they're the same image. As far as the comments go about making Sona obsolete, I don't think Sona is ever going to be obsolete in any way. 1Q is an aim skill shot that does damage to champions the lower their health is. 1 is just a fat boom. No aiming required, just get in there, smack them, and get out, partner. If you play Nico, then this Q will have a lot more familiarity to you than if you're the kind of knuckle dragger who has a penchant for playing a little bit of Sona. That's me. We're talking about me. Oh yeah, ich bin sprechensing about myself right now. Seraphine's W is like a bit of a poor shield that speeds up your team a little bit, and it literally only heals if you are using it on the echo thing where it does like 2 abilities after you cast 3 abilities. And the heal sucks. It's 11% of your missing health which sure, if you're level 18 rocking a Mundo or a 20 stack Cho'Gath is pretty pog. You're going to be firstly spending about like 150 mana to get up to those 3 stacks to begin with to get the heal down, and then if you do plan on healing anybody early game, with 11% missing health, if your teammate is missing 400 of their 401 starting HP, that heal is going to be doing about 45 health, 45 damage worth of healing. Let me just put on my imaginary analyst goggles here. Why don't we take a look at who the lowest base AD damage in the game is? Oh! Seraphine's E is like a Nico E that flies at the speed of a Skarner E that has been hit with a Nasus W and then being stunned by the Scion Q, and then I'll just stop doing all this stuff that I'm doing and I can't stop doing it now, right? I'm in the rhythm and I really can't stop it. Help me please, can you call the police? I'm gonna end up breaking my knees and I'm having fun and we're doing the video and this is really dragging out the video. Honestly, there's not really much to say about the E here. If we're comparing Sona and Nico, I just do not think there is any comparison here. The ultimate, though, is definitely the bone of contention that I found when looking at Seraphine online, particularly. Everybody comes out the woodwork with a gotcha. I got you, Riot. Look at this ulti. Look at this ulti. We got you. But the thing is, when you actually get a chance to play Seraphine and try her out, these ultis you'll soon find are very different in execution and application. Here is a comparison of both ultis side by side. One is Seraphine casting her ultimate, one is Sona casting her ultimate. With Sona's ulti, I am jacked up, dude. I tan 2 cans of Monster Energy juice. I'm flashing people. I'm a gamer. I've got the Doom soundtrack on, and I'm ready to have people question mark ping me when I steal all of their kills after I have bought 3 Lich Banes. Seraphine ulti, though, I am one step above a Maokai ulti, which is literally trees growing in the direction of the enemy. You do not want to use this ultimate to engage, ever. Considering it also gains range if it hits like any person, whether it's on your team or not. This is very much a we wait and see kind of ultimate. You wait for the enemy team to line up, you hide in a bush, you come out, you go wah. That being said though, I still think Seraphine's ulti is incredibly strong. It is very hard to dodge when you drop it in a team fight. It's decently widthed. It's got a decent girth on it, and it is incredibly long if it hits anybody. Plus the notes that you get for hitting your own teammates that basically give you a Lich Bane on your next auto attack when you haven't got a Lich Bane is pretty cool. Still though, enough shilling of this champion. Honestly, I know I'm saying things that could be interpreted as nice about her, but for real, I just think that there's so many baseless negative things that have been said about Seraphine. The actual bad things and the things that you would probably actually want to criticize about the champion are impossible to pick out from this gigantic trash pile. Like, what is this? What is this? Numimon? Get out of here. What is this? Sukamon? Get out of here. King Sukamon? How about you King Suk on these nuts? So, Seraphine's Twitter is an ARG. That means augmented reality, guys. Basically a marketing campaign that pretends that Seraphine is a real person. I think that it's kind of obvious that nobody thinks that she is real, but I do like ARGs. Binding of Isaac had a really cool one for Afterbirth to prevent the data mining of information in the patches, dude, or information about the game. It was like, you do all this stuff in real life, and then when it's done, and you send a code to a bot on Twitter, it initiates the patch for the game, dude. And every player in the world gets it at the same time, and we get to experience the cool stuff without people data mining in it and ruining the experience, guys. It's crazy. You had to do stuff in gaming is real. But this one, I think it's cool to a certain extent. But when I'm face to face with a baby photo of a 2D girl that is straying so deep into uncanny valley territory that it's genuinely unsettling, and I'm not so sure I'm into that. Epic bruh moment. Kept that one in with the green screen so you can like do whatever you want with it. That's on me, fellas. And you know what? It is hard. It is contradictory because I know that ultimately most of her favorite waifus are written by Japanese men in their mid to late 30s who frequent bookstores in the back alleyways of Akihabara. But I will never not find the concept of 3 or 4 dude bros sitting around a conference table being like, alright, we gotta get a relatable tweet out. What are we gonna do about this one? How about we tweet? Abby is a thick girl. What an absolute unit. She chonk. Look at the size of this lady. Oh lord, she coming. Another internetism. Actually, no, that was at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Never mind. Sorry, Riot. I apologize. I'm never not gonna find that stuff funny though, dude. Because the hiring process must have just been like, hey guys, I've got a great idea for a marketing campaign. Let's all tweet like a teenage girl. That's cringe! And you know it is. You're pretending like you know how the other side lives. That's cringe! Don't pretend it ain't. Tweeting about anxiety for minimum wage. Went to college, got a degree. Hey Mark, can you pretend to be 17? Use my marketing skills to freaking nail this. Then I'll go and post about the skin cells on my LinkedIn. Woo! Yep. I stand value select. Get over it, right? Shut up. I don't care. Anyway, I'm not insidious enough to think that they have planned an ultimate skin on release from the very beginning and that the marketing team knew all about this though. I'm jaded enough in bureaucracy that I feel like there's a heavy chance that this team who made this Twitter have absolutely zero idea, or had zero idea at the time, that Riot was going to package up Seraphine and make sure that if you wanted to hop into Seraphine at peak velocity, there was a $40 price tag on that one, Buster. And then she's gonna be perma-picked or perma-banned for the next 2 weeks, so you can't even get to play her, dude. What is this, the Diablo 3 launch week? Only 2012 gamers will get that one. What is this? World of Warcraft Classic queues? What is this? World of Warcraft Shadowlands pre-patch? Gaming? Yep. Still, the team have done a good job, no doubt, regardless. Like, you can't deny it. Like, this account has over 300,000 followers. It is verified on Twitter, and it has done all that in like 3 months. I, however, have tweeted most days for just over 6 years. Don't have a third of that follower-wise, and I'm not verified. So the lore, everybody's favorite part of the champion. What is that? How you like guns? You listen with guns? Did you know that his wife was trapped in the Thresh's Lantern for like 2,000 years? Seraphine is a Zonite who was born in Piltover, and she would do it. And she would tour Runeterra doing shows to empower people. She's canonically the Beyonce or the Rihanna of the League of Legends world. Although, to be honest, I don't really want to stray too much into eat the rich territory. But presumably, this presumably rich, you know, girl going around spreading a message of empowerment and you can do what you want to do doesn't really seem all that good when you consider that she probably plays shows in Zon. And if you don't know what Zon looks like, this is what Zon looks like. She's going there and telling them to keep their chins up and remain strong. Piltover? Zon. This is Zon. This is Piltover. And Zon. There we go. Yeah. Champions from Piltover. Champions from Zon. Champion from Piltover. Champions from Zon. Okay. Meanwhile, she rides an unparalleled level of bling in the form of her Hextech hoverboard, which is a crystal Hextech stage thingy that is comprised of the consciousness of the Brackern, which some of you may know is the genocided race of which Skarner belongs. The crystal that holds their consciousness, apparently, which has a high price on the black market, or whatever have you, basically makes Skarner the Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter of League of Legends. Heard it here first, that actually makes him a lot cooler than I would imagine him to be. So honestly, I'm only kind of telling you this because to me, the lore feels just like a little bit out of place. And don't get me wrong, there are weird champions in League of Legends. Like, just because her lore is a little bit iffy doesn't mean that I can just be like, oh yeah, Rammus, like, he just exists, bro. Like, nobody knows, like, anything about him, dude. He just says, okay, like, he can talk and nobody cares, dude. Like, what are you? I think my main problem with, like, everything relating to Seraphine is that we seem to be tackling this under the assumption that Seraphine is going to do well as a champion. And by we, I mean, of course, games. Like, I think, honestly, if we had a $30 Ahri skin instead of a $30 Seraphine skin, I don't think anybody would bat an eye. And also, I mean, people can harp on Lux all they want, and Ahri all they want for the sheer smorgasbord of skins that they have. But Elementalist Lux is, like, a pretty baller skin, and I do like changing my flavor of ice cream between games to whatever the hell I want. It's pretty cool. We're never getting one of them again, but still. But we've never ever had a situation where a champion nobody even knows, and nobody even knows if they like them yet, gets released with a single skin that costs more than Dark Cloud on the PlayStation 2, which is the single greatest game ever made. The reason that KDA works so well, that True Damage and Pentakill worked so well, is because you took these characters that we have poured hundreds of hours into playing, champions that we've formed connections with, and you're like, hey, Karthus is in a band now? And you're like, oh my god, his name's Karthus, the Death Singer. This makes so much sense. Whereas with Seraphine, it's very, very, very reminiscent of when a stranger joins a Discord call or a private Discord server that you have with your friends, and you're not really sure who invited them, and then they kind of start taking charge of the conversation. Like, they really, really, really want to play Among Us, but you're playing Rainbow Six Siege, and like, they're just like, I'm making a lobby in Among Us, here's the code join, and you're like, okay. It's uncomfortable. It leaves a strange taste in your mouth, like you're drinking from a Diet Coke that expired in 2013. And it sets up a lot of presumptions that I'm not too sure are gonna work out. Are people gonna like Seraphine to begin with? Is she gonna fit in with the whole KDA crew? Is she gonna do what the baddest, hey, what the baddest, hey, baddest, hey, is she gonna do what the baddest? Problem with Seraphine, in my head, is that ultimately both Riot and the community are at ends with each other. It's a tug of war. Riot are saying, hey, we're releasing this champion, you're gonna love her. And the community are saying, she sucks, she's Sona too. Both sides are making incredibly drastic assumptions about the other. And if I'm honest, I got no idea. Who knows? What do I know? She's not even out yet. I just wrote over 2,000 words for a champion I ain't even seen on the live servers yet. Are you okay, Ross? You know nobody's gonna click on this video, right? You just spent all this time and effort, you made a music video. This video's gonna get 40,000 views. Nobody is even going to subscribe. Well, regardless, thank you very much for watching this video that I writer blocked on for a whole lot of time and idly wrote whilst watching The Boys. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more stuff like this, that's maybe a little bit higher effort, I would implore you to, you know, hit the like button, because the analytics and stuff like that, dude, I don't know. Quick subscribe. If you think that this video is worth your money, don't donate. I don't have a Patreon or nothing. Specifically, if you think this video is worth $10 of your money, you can check out our store, shopsycho.com. I'm wearing a drip right now. Skirt. And you can get some masks, which are really pog. Hats, backpacks. I'm in the warehouse right now as we speak. Then check it out. But anyway, have a fantastic day. I'll see you later. I need to sit down now. Goodbye.